Scaling your law firm doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about mastering a few key strategies, systems, and mindsets. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast, where we talk about how you can increase profit in your pocket and time in your calendar. My name is Carolee Fontanelli, and I have successfully scaled my firm so that it doesn't solely rely on me. Now I love teaching other law firm owners how to do the same. Let's transform your business starting now. Welcome to another episode of the Scalable Law Podcast. I am super excited to be here with you today. I'm recording on a Sunday afternoon because tomorrow I am off to Bali and I intend on doing no work while I am away. So I thought I would whip out a podcast or two before the week gets away from me and I am in full holiday mode where I'm ignoring the world. That's going to be me tomorrow. Yay. I hope that you have been able to have a holiday recently, and if not recently, that you have one planned, because they are so important just to really switch off. I think you end up with so many answers that come to you and creativity that come to you when you actually allow that space. I'm hoping for me this week, while I am enjoying a little bit of downtime, that the space allows my creative brain to really kick into action and sort of, get some ideas out and work out some of the problems that I'm having in my own business at the moment. So today, I really want to share with you some super interesting and valuable information about digital marketing in your law firm. I'm going to deliver this one over a 2-episode series, and we're going to look at digital marketing and what doesn't work. And then next week, we're going to look at digital marketing and what does work for law firms in particular. So I'm going to be sharing some really great tips with you. So stay tuned, buckle in, and I hope that by the end of the 2-part series, you will have plenty to apply. And I love sharing this information because I have done so many things in my law firm that don't work, so many mistakes. And if you can avoid these mistakes and you can get to your goals faster, then my sharing is all worth it. I may not have got there quicker myself, but if you guys can, that would be awesome. So let's get stuck in and talk about digital marketing for law firms and what really doesn't work when it comes to digital marketing for law firms. So the first thing I do want to say about digital marketing is I want to just elaborate on what that is and what that looks like. So in terms of digital marketing, when I'm talking about that for your law firm, I'm talking about any form of digital communication that is to do with your law firm and marketing it. So emailing, social media, any web-based activities, anything digital, and anything where you are marketing your law firm through digital means. Now, if you are not doing digital marketing these days, you are missing out on a massive market, because as a business owner and as a law firm owner, you may be getting in referrals, but you can only get in so many referrals. And when it comes to other marketing other than referral marketing, so your sort of more old school paper-based marketing or signage, again, these days the reach is much smaller and it can be harder to market through those means. So really in a law firm, we really need to be using digital marketing as much as we can. And when I'm talking about digital marketing, I'm talking about digital marketing which is paid, and also free digital marketing. But the caveat of that is that nothing is actually free, because it might take your time, and your time costs money, right? But sometimes when we're starting a business or we are slower in our business, we have less resources of cash, but we have more resources of time. So there are both paid marketing digitally and also free digital marketing. And we're going to be talking about both of those as we talk about digital marketing. It's definitely crucial for law firms to do digital marketing and to be intentional with your digital marketing. So if you're not doing any digital marketing at the moment because you don't know where to start, this podcast is perfect for you. We're going to be talking about, in this particular episode, the things that do not work when it comes to your digital marketing. So let's get stuck into it. Okay, so the first thing that really doesn't work when you are marketing your law firm or using digital marketing to reach out to your potential clients is to not have identified your ideal client and their pain points. So much of the time I see law firm owners who have not actually yet identified their ideal target audience. They start their firms and they want to just take on any work they possibly can. I know exactly where you're coming from. I did the exact same thing. You are so desperate for any amount of cash flow, any work coming from anywhere, that you will take on anything at all, any matter that pays you money. The difficulty with that, though, is that one, it's much riskier. It takes you a lot more time, and you are potentially then not attracting anyone at all because you're just putting it out there into the world that you do everything. And as one practicing solicitor, you can't be doing everything. And even in a very small team, it makes it really, really difficult. So it's important that you do identify your ideal target client. If you identify them and you start speaking to their pain points and start speaking directly to them, then they are able to understand, I need that person. If they hear their pain points spoken by you and it really resonates with them, they are then able to know that you are the person to go to because you are the person who can help them fix their problems. You're really able to very easily speak into their lives and into their pain points, and they then feel like you can relate to them and they know that, hey, this lawyer is the one that can actually fix my problems because they know exactly what I'm going through. So even if you are in a smaller niche, like for example, I'm in family law, say you are in family law or you're in estate planning or you're in personal injury or whatever it might be, you will be able to identify out of your segment of practice area an ideal client within your practice area. So for us in family law, not every client that's going through a divorce or a separation is going to be an ideal client. For example, if they don't have any property to divide, they are not our ideal client. Our ideal client in my firm has a property pool worth more than $500,000. So just because there's someone going through a separation doesn't mean that we can help them or that we actually want to help them or track them into our business, because they might be someone that is not as ideal as we would like them to be. If they don't have a property to divide, then they might not, for example, have any funding to be able to pay for legal fees, and we don't offer legal aid. So it's not going to be ideal. So work out who your ideal client is, who you are targeting, and what their pain points are so that you don't make that mistake. So number 2 is what doesn't work, and that is to neglect the basics. So the basics of your digital marketing. So that includes neglecting your website, neglecting also having your phone answered really quickly, for example, neglecting the load speed on your website. It doesn't work because you could be doing all the SEO in the world, you could be doing all the advertising in the world, but if you have a slow loading website and it takes 4 seconds for it to load, people are just going to jump off and find the next link that does work quickly. Neglecting the basics like not identifying who your target audience is and not having your website set up so that it's speaking to your ideal client is another one. Neglecting basic things like SEO. There's no point writing blog articles that are not relevant to your ideal client. Those really basic things are really important. One of the things that was going wrong for me more recently, and I really had to problem solve it, and it was a real basic thing, was that when people clicked on our link to go through to our Calendly to book in an appointment, there was no availability because their calendars were syncing with all the calendars of my team members, and they were blocking time out for work, for going to court or for dealing with their existing clients. And what it meant was that there was no availability for initial appointments. That's a real basic thing, right? That can deter people, because if they can't come in and see us when they're in crisis and trauma that week, they're just going to go and find someone they can see. So don't neglect the basics. Work out what those basics are and make sure that they are working for you. What doesn't work is doing everything manually yourself. So doing all of your social media posts yourself, doing all of your email marketing yourself, having an email marketing campaign that you're sending out every single week. And instead of, with all of these things that I've just mentioned, instead of automating it. So with your CRM system, you can automate it so that you get that, so that if someone signs up to your newsletter, they can hear from you every single week on an automated basis. With your social media, you can use platforms to automate it. You can use VAs to automate it. There's so many other ways of automating a lot of your social media and marketing, digital marketing. You only have so many hours in the day, so we don't want to tap you out even further by making your digital marketing campaigns really manual. We want to make them as automated as we can so that you can stay consistent and free-flowing. Clients can keep flowing through the door really easily without your input. That is the way to go about it. So next up, what doesn't work is ignoring social proof. So what is your social proof? Your social proof are your Google reviews, your testimonials, your clients who are your raving fans saying wonderful and amazing things about you and how great you are and how great your service has been. Don't ignore your social proof. Get some reviews happening, get some testimonials happening, and don't be scared to share the amazing work that you're doing and how you're impacting people in such an incredible way. Next up, what doesn't work is trying some digital marketing practices out for only a month or two and thinking it doesn't work. I talk to so many lawyers, and unfortunately what happens is they pay some money for some Google ads or they try some social media and they feel like it doesn't work. They feel like they've thrown money away. And instead of tweaking it and trying, different little tweaks to improve it and get it up and running really well, what they do is they say, it doesn't work and I feel ripped off and I feel like I've thrown money away, so I'm not going to do it anymore. That doesn't work. You have to try again and again and again, and you have to keep tweaking. I know for me, over the years, I've had some absolute losing situations when it comes to digital marketing. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on digital marketing over the years, and it hasn't all been a bed of roses and it hasn't all worked for me. Some of it has absolutely been a waste of money, but you learn and you tweak and you improve, and that's how you develop a marketing funnel that really does work for you and that is really profitable for you, so that it's a really great investment. So absolutely, it does not work if you just give up without actually keeping on trying and tweaking as you go. Next up, what does not work is throwing money at it to see what sticks. You cannot throw money at digital marketing and hope that it's all going to work out, because it doesn't necessarily work like that. You need a strategy and a plan. You need to find the right team, and you need to make sure that you have the right content. You're speaking to your ideal client. You have the right keywords. And there's a whole lot of factors that go into play when it comes to getting your digital marketing right. Money won't fix it. I have made this mistake myself where I have gone from an agency that's not working, who's cheaper, say $1,500 a month for your SEO. And I've thought, you know what? The $4,000 agency a month, they're going to work for me. That marketing technique or strategy is going to work. And I've thrown money at it, hoping that it works, and it hasn't. It's because the strategy has not been right, or the agency hasn't been right, or they don't know what they're doing. Just because they demand more money from you doesn't mean that they are going to be better. So absolutely, throwing money at it does not work necessarily. You have to have the strategy as well. And finally, what does not work is not testing and measuring your marketing as you are doing it. So what does that mean? What that means is I want you to know exactly where every single client comes from in your business. So are they a referral? Are they from SEO? Are they from organically from your website? Are they from a landing page? Are they from social media? Are they from a Google ad? Where are they coming from? This is going to help you determine what is working and what isn't. What is the most valuable investment you are making, and how much is it costing for you to convert that client? So these are things that you can put in place using data to test and measure. And honestly, this, when it comes to your marketing, is life-changing. Once you put a testing and measuring strategy in place, it all comes together and makes a whole lot of sense as to what you should be spending your money on, efforts, and time on when it comes to your digital marketing. If you are not testing and measuring your digital marketing, you are definitely missing out on a massive opportunity. I would love for you to put in place a testing and measuring strategy into your law firm. So let's run through what does not work very quickly. So just as a recap, what does not work is not identifying your ideal target audience and their pain points. What does not work is neglecting the basics. Remember, I said about loading speed on your website, making sure your calendar links are working, all of that sort of thing. Make sure there's phone numbers and, all of these sorts of things. If you're wondering about what these basics are, inside the Scalable Business Lounge, I've got an entire masterclass on all of these basics to get right in your website. For example, just that one masterclass could make you thousands and thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you just get those little things right, it can make all the difference. Number 3, what does not work is leaving your automation untapped, that potential of freeing up all that time and creating automated funnels is definitely the way to go. So it doesn't work if you're just leaving all of that untapped. Number 4, what doesn't work? Ignoring social proof. You must spruik your wares. I know it can be really hard for us lawyers to spruik how, great a client's experience was, but it really is helpful and works massively if you are able to do that. Number 5, what doesn't work is trying something for only 1 or 2 months and thinking it doesn't work. You must tweak and try again and tweak. Number 6, what doesn't work? Just throwing money at digital marketing. It's not the key, and it definitely does not work. And number 7, what doesn't work is not testing and measuring. You must test and measure. And again, inside the Scalable Business Lounge, I have an entire module on testing and measuring your data to increase your potential profit, lower your costs, and to really hone in on your business and getting clients flowing through the door using testing and measuring data strategies. It also helps you to predict outcomes for the future. It helps you to employ your next team members, all sorts of things. It's really, really important. So I cover all of these strategies inside the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know more about the Scalable Business Lounge, there is a brand new webinar for free online called How to Scale Your Firm Without Burnout. You can go to my website, www.scalablelaw.com, scalablelaw.com to find that webinar. It's about 45 minutes long and it will help you massively. And at the end, I also share with you how to get in contact with me for Scalable Law and also what is involved in the Scalable Business Lounge. So hop on there, have a look at the webinar. It would be great to see you inside the webinar. All right, well, I hope that you have a fabulous week. I know I'm going to be, because I'm going to be lushing it up in Bali, and it's going to be so nice to feel hot and warm again. Anyway, that is all for me for this week. Next week, tune on in, because we are going to be talking about, more importantly, or just as importantly, what does work when it comes to your digital marketing for your law firm. I cannot wait to share all of that with you. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Scalable Law Podcast, brought to you by the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know how you can get more clients without relying on referrals, head over to scalablelaw.com to watch my free masterclass. Until next time, you have got this.